Okay, we're starting on activity number 4, lesson 4, parking revenue report. In this one, we'll be using the sum function, and we'll be adding non-adjacent cells. Adjacent is simply a fancy word for that means next to. Don't use it. It sounds a little bit funny if it's used wrong, but that's what it means, is next to. And so we'll be adding up cells that are not next to each other. Okay, that sounds pretty simple. So let's go ahead and look at the book. I've got the book open on my other screen. If you're wondering what's going on here, I am zooming in a tiny bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. Fit width. Good. Okay, so key in the data as shown. So let's go ahead and put in the data. Okay, workbook activity 4. And here we go. So remember, I'm making sure that I'm inside the box as I do this. Again, this is the only trick to this thing. So I'm up here. You see I'm over the letter A. I'm going to press and hold the left mouse button down, coming all the way down to the bottom, making sure that I'm inside of this box here. Release, Control C. Great. Okay, let's go over here to our blank document. Go away. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to name this one here real quick. You don't need to do this. Just that it's the video example. Okay, I'm going to click right here. I'm going to paste, Control V. Okay, again, it looks like it put that little space above that first row. I'm just going to take a look in the book here and see if that's correct, if it put that line there, or if that line was supposed to be there. Yeah, that line wasn't supposed to be there. Not a big deal. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click directly on the number 1, selecting all of row 1. I'm going to right click and I'm going to select delete row. Good. Now it's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, let's start working down the list here. Oh, we need to put in the numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type in all of the values, and you need to do the same, and it's in the book. And it looks like, according to this thing, it says that I'm on page number 16 or 26. Inside the little box, I have 16 typed in, and next to it, it says 26 of 89, just so you know where I'm at. Now, so I'm going to go ahead and put in these numbers, and I'll be back in a moment. Actually, I want to show a little bit as I'm doing this. A couple of things here. I've got it pulled out in Adobe Acrobat over here. And so to turn it longwise like this, I did come up here and click on View, Rotate View, and I rotated it 1 click clockwise, just so you see how to do that. Let me come over here and keep in mind that right now it says season pass holder because there's nothing in this cell. Once you put something in that cell, it puts it over it. It has not erased what was there. Okay, so you don't need to worry about it erasing stuff. And so that was using the number pad and the arrow and the enter key. So 168, 684, 168, enter, 684, enter, 68, 58, 68, enter, 58, enter. And now I'm just going to come over here to May vehicles. And I think I'm doing this with you guys watching, just so that, because some people have some trouble seeing the book and doing this at the same time. 187, 745, correction, 197. 197, enter, 745, enter, 77, 71, and we're coming over here to June. Again, I'm just using the arrow keys. It's faster as far as I'm concerned. To 11, 1684, 1684, 109, 74, and that was June, and we're over here in July now. And somehow June, July. Just a minute. April, May, June, July, August. Oh, there we are. Okay, no problem. I was just not. Okay, I see where I went wrong. Okay, not a big deal. And that's June 1489. 113.84. Sorry about that for those of you watching. Okay, and July 263, 1684, 1684. Yeah, I know I said move stuff instead of redoing it, but that wasn't a whole lot done. So it's not worth moving everything. 74. August is 113, 543, 49, and 56. Okay, so now I got all the numbers in. So now I'm going to go back to that same spot I was in the view, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate one click counterclockwise to straighten everything in the book up again. Okay, now I'm scrolling up to instructions, so I've got all that put in. Change the year in cell A3 to be current. I'm going to move this slider so I can see everything down here. The slider right here. Move that all the way to the edge. So I'm clicking in cell A3. Yeah, it looks like it's in B3, but it's actually in A3. And I'm going to change that to the current year, 22. That's the year I'm doing this. Select the non-adjacent cells A1 and A3 and format to bold 14 point. So I'm going to click on the A here. Now the key to this is I'm going to press and hold the control key. The control key is at the bottom corners and it says CTRL. The control key, as you can see, allows us to select non-adjacent cells and format to italics 14 point. Okay. Select cells A1 through N1 and merge and center align the text. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click in cell A1. You saw that I did that. I need to move the slider now, so I can't just hold everything. So now I'm going to hold the Shift key down and click in cell November 1. The Shift key selects everything between two clicks. Okay, and let's see here. And merge and center align. So I'm going to come up here and select merge. And I can come right here and I'm going to select center align. Good. Okay. What is next? Repeat step 5 for A2 for these two rows here. Okay, so I'm going to click here. You can't just do it all at once, by the way, and merge over. It doesn't work, just to let you know. So I'm going to go ahead and select alpha 2. Come over here, hold the shift key down, select November 2. I'm again going to go ahead and select merge and center. And I'll do the same thing here, alpha 2, or correction, alpha 3. Hold the shift key down and November 3 and merge and center. There we go. Okay. Did it want us to do anything else? It did say it wants these two to also be bold. I missed that. So I'm going to click there, bold, click there, bold. Good. Anything else? A2. Okay, and this one here was also supposed to be 14 point. Okay, I'm pretty sure, hold it. A2 and italics. Okay, the only difference is this apparently isn't bold, okay? Just to let you know the difference, what we're looking at in these three right here. Okay. Select rows 5, 6, and 7 and format to bold. So I'm going to click here on the 5. Now I'm just going to do it the real easy way. I'm going to hold the shift key down with my left hand. I'm going to click directly on the 7. And that selected all three of these rows at once. And I'm going to click on bold. Let's make sure there's nothing else that I need to do there. Nope. Okay. Select cell C5 through Delta 5 and merge and center align. Okay. Okay, here. Hold. And now on this one, to be honest, the easiest way is, okay, I clicked in it to select it. Then I'm going to press and hold the left mouse button down and just drag over to this one right here. That's really going to be the easiest way. And center align the word April. Okay, merge, center align. Okay, good. Format painter. Okay. Did you see what I did? With this, I'm going to undo that, Control Z. If you look at the instructions say repeat that step, which was step 8, for May, June, July, August, and September. So what I'm going to do here, okay, this one is now formatted the way I want it. I'm going to click on Format Painter. So I've copied this format. Now I'm going to paste this format by clicking here. I'm going to click on Format Painter. I'm going to paste that format. Format Painter, paste that format. So you can use Format Painter if something is the way you want it. I will tell you this doesn't always work, but it usually does. And we want it just like this, Format Painter, click. Okay, that's done. Okay, that was step number 9. Okay, to calculate the revenue for April, I'm trying to find here what they want us to do. For the first customer type, multiply the parking fee by the number of vehicles. Well, that's pretty obvious. So here, okay, all functions and formulas in spreadsheets start with an equal sign. There are other characters, but equal signs always work. Okay, and here you can see that I'm going to multiply B5. So I can type that in, B5 times. And remember, the times is the asterisk, the little star. It's a shifted 8 on the keyboard, and it's above the 9 on the number pad. And I'm just trying to see where we are. We're on step 10. Okay, times C, and again, row 8. 8. Enter. And that is not right. So I'm going to click up here and see what I have no idea why I typed B5. You can see that I accidentally typed B5 there. I need to change that to B8. I have absolutely no idea why I put a 5 there. 8. There we go. Now, you can see what I did to troubleshoot, by the way, is I clicked on the formula up here and I looked for where those little boxes are. So I might as well show you what I did there again. 5. Okay? So it's wrong. I click up here in the formula bar, and you see that it puts purple around this one right around C8, and this one here, it's got that tan around it, and so I can immediately see that I'm looking at the wrong cell and what I need to fix. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead, unless it tells us to do otherwise, and we're going to auto fill down. We are. So I'm going to move my cursor over the little fill box, that little square right there on the bottom right-hand corner of the fill box. Till the cursor turns to a cross, I'm going to press and hold the left mouse button down, and I'm going to drag to the center of the cell that I want to finish in. There we go. That was easy. Okay, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go ahead and equal sign. Now, here's the other way I tend to do this, by the way. I can just click on this cell right here. You see it popped in, that B8 times, still got to hit the keyboard. And then the other one I wanted to multiply by right here, I just click on it, enter. And suggested autofill, and that's what I want, check mark. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the same right here. Equals, we're going to multiply the parking fee times the number of vehicles, enter. Yes, we like that. We'll click on check. Now, remember, sometimes that autofill does not work for you. Okay, so we're going to have to remember pretty soon where these are. Okay, so equals B5, correction, B8. Now I know why why my brain said 5, because there's a 5 in the cell. That's why my brain said 5. B8. It's always good to know why you make a mistake. And enter. Okay, over here, this next one. Now we can't see it, so we're actually going to type it in this time. Equals B8 times, and we'll actually type it in this time too, K8. K8, enter. And I'm going to purposely not use the autofill because I want to make sure you remember how to do this. I'm going to go to the fill box, press and hold the left mouse button down, and drag down. And we're going to do the same thing in September. Equals B8 times M8. Okay, enter. And again, I'm going to reject this only because I want to make sure that I show you guys the process and go over to the autofill box and fill down. Okay. Thing is, it doesn't always do the auto suggest, so you can't really bet your grade that it's going to be right. Okay, so that was step number 12. In cell F8, use the autofill in select cell F8. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, they're just telling us to autofill. Okay. Okay, select and fill in the formula. That looks like we're done with step 13. Select cell F8, use the autofill feature, fill the formula. Yeah, okay. Yep, we did step 8 too. Okay, we did step 13. Now we're on step 14 to calculate the totals by month for each customer. Okay, in April, so what do we want here? Select cell C13. Okay, that's what they want, is the number of cars. Okay, so equals sum, S-U-M, open parenthesis. Now, again, what we can do here, and we're going to do it their way the first time, okay? We're going to put in C8 colon. Hold the shift key down, press the character to the right of the letter L, colon, and that should be C11. Let's just make sure. Yep. C11, close parenthesis, shifted 0, and hit enter. Okay, it's going to put that number in for us. Let's see, to calculate the totals. Okay, yeah, they want us to do it the other way, okay? To calculate the totals for each type of customer, enter formula, yes, yes, yes. To select cell and copy and paste the formula in cells D13 through N13. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the fill button right here because they want us to put this in all of them. So I'm going to go to the fill button, press and hold the left mouse button down, and just drag over all the way to in, and then release. And it's going to autofill all of those in for us. And you can see if I click on it that it changed the cells that it's looking at there. By the way, when you do that, hit escape to get out of that or click somewhere else. Okay, normally hitting escape, but because I got the video thing running. Okay, let's look at the next one here to calculate the total number of vehicles for the year. Okay, total vehicles for year in cell B16. Okay, total vehicles for year. Yep, make sure. Okay, equals. Okay, and just making sure that I'm actually looking at this right if you're wondering what I'm doing. Equals. Click. Plus. And now you could type in E13 if you wanted to. Plus G13, just to make the point that we can type it in G13. Plus I13. Yeah, and I did that. I13. Yeah, and I did that. Okay. And plus K13. I'm going to use the arrow keys on the keyboard here just to scoot over a little ways. Plus M13. Enter. And come over here all the way. And there we are. Okay. And let's see here. Okay. To calculate total revenue, we're going to do the same thing right here. So we're adding cells that are not next to each other. Equals. And again, this time we're going to come over here. We could type in, if we wanted to, we could type in D13 plus, or we could simply click plus, click plus, click plus. Now I'm using the arrow keys. If you are on your Chromebook, you may need to use the little slider right here instead of the arrow keys. Make sure there's a plus there before you click again. Plus, plus, and enter. And there we go. Okay, so we've put in those numbers. That was step number 17. Now we're on step number 18. Select non-adjacent cells B8 through B11. Okay, B8 through B11. Okay, hold the shift key down. B8 through B11. B17. Hold the control key down at this point. Click. D8 through D13. So I'm holding the control key down and release the mouse button. Release the control key. You don't actually need to release the control key. Okay, where am I again? I'm on step 18 if you want to know what I'm doing here. Okay, Hold the control key down, press and hold the left mouse button down, move the mouse downward, release the mouse button. You don't really need to release the control key there. I'm pretty clear on what they're doing here. You can see that they're selecting all of these. I'm holding the control key as I do that. Now I've released the control key. I'm being very careful to grab that slider right there. And there. Okay. And select currency, the dollar sign right here. Good. Okay, so we've got that part done. Somebody's asking for hall pass, but there's nobody actually in my room. Okay, let's see. That was that one. Select cell A15, format to bold, 14 point. A15, bold, 14 point. While we're at it, we're just going to grab this right here, and we're going to adjust the width of this column a little bit. There we go. Okay. Good. We actually could have gone to right about there just as a comment, and it would have worked just as well too. Okay, select cell A15. Select non-adjacent rows 13, 16, and 17. So row 13, I'm going to click directly on the 13. I'm going to hold the control key down with my left hand. I'm going to click on the 16. I'm still holding the control key. I'll click on the 17 and format to bold. Okay. Select the following non-adjacent cells containing vehicle information and format the fill color to aqua or light blue. Okay. So C8 through C13. Okay, good. Now I'm going to hold the control key down. E8 through E13. G8 through G13, I8 through I13. What I'm doing is I'm holding the control key and I'm pressing the left mouse button down as I do this. I8 through K8 through K13, K8 through K13, and M8 through M13, and B16. Scrolling back over to here, holding the control key down and clicking on B16. Okay, and it says aqua or light blue. The fill color, that's the paint bucket. So make sure you go to the paint bucket right here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to select, that's cyan. Huh, I thought that was aqua. Okay. Light cornflower blue. Light blue 3. Light blue 2. Let's go light blue 1. Yeah, that works good. Okay, light blue. Okay, so we went to light blue. Shade of. Select the following non-adjacent cells of your choice. Okay, and it wants us to go ahead and select these right here. Yep, hold the control key down, select these. Now I'm holding the control key down again to do this. I'm releasing the control key. I'm going to the slider right here. And I'm holding the control key down again as I do these here by pressing the left mouse button down. Great. Okay, what's the next thing it tells me to do? B17, hold the control key down. I clicked on B17. Now I'm over in the book, scrolling down in the book. And it says format the fill to light gray. I'm going back to the paint bucket here. And I'm going to go with light gray number 1. Okay, good. Anything else? Select cells C8 or C11 through N11. Okay, Charlie 11 through November 11. So I'm right. Really? Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so you saw what I did is I just pressed and held the left mouse button down there. And we're going to apply a bottom border. So I'm coming up here to the border tool. It looks like a checkerboard. And I'm going to apply a bottom border. And we see that bottom border right now. Select cells Charlie 13 through November 13 and apply a double bottom double border. Okay, so where is C13? Click there. Come all the way over here. Hold the shift key down. Click here. Great. moment. I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, click on borders, bottom border, but we're not actually done yet. Now we're going to come to this one right here that says border style. We're going to click on that and we're going to choose double. Okay, so now you see there's a double bottom border on that one. Okay. Yep, that was step number 24. Okay. Okay. And that is done. So that was activity number 4. Don't remember, don't for coming back over here to the workbook. Don't forget to turn it in by clicking on the button over here that says submit. I realize mine doesn't, yours does. And we're going to go back here and take a look at what else you need to get done here. Okay. If you're at home doing these and you don't have Excel, okay, you'll need to get that caught up at some point in school, after school, something, okay? Talk to me individually about it. I know some of you simply don't have Excel available. And come on. Okay, home. Okay, so that was number 4 here. And you need to figure out to get number 4 assessment done or talk to me individually about it. Okay, so that was the activity. Closing it.